Welcome everyone, Sandra Alexei with Game Changer. It is the new model of relationships. It's about self-discovery and a lot about the Aquarian relationship, how relationships have changed, okay? You can order this in hardcover, softcover, audio, or ebook. And if you go above on the right-hand side of the YouTube channel, it shows where you can get it. Indigo's got some, and if you want, you can go back. The first chapter is all about 8 different areas. It's self-interactive exercises, and so I'm really excited about it. It makes a great gift. Okay, and I would really appreciate it. I welcome you all, and I really appreciate you at this specific time. We're winding down 2020, and so if you would like, comment, and share and subscribe to GameChangerGameOn YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate it. And when you comment, I check it, and every month I have a free draw for one person to have a mini reading. Okay, I'm also a spiritual and business coach. I do astrology, numerology. I do self-discovery. I do charts for people. And I have a special on right now that you can see on my Facebook page, or you can connect with me. And it's always good. It's kind of like a reading. It's kind of like if you, first of all, you need to know kind of who you are. It's like your fingerprint, okay? There's kind of only one of you. And then each year as the planets move, there's transit. So it's like going in and having your oil changed or your tires changed or whatever. It's great as a gift for you or for somebody else. And it's the perfect time to have a session. Okay. So today what I want to talk about is, in December is a very intense month. And so we have a lot going on. Okay. And so today I want to really tone in, and I have 2 other videos that I'll talk to you about that are coming out. So today we're going to talk about Aquarian energy, like it's magic. I love it. Okay, it's quite erratic, and it's very futuristic, very rebellious. Well, we're experiencing all these potent energies as we have the Stargate ascension. So that's the 12-12-21. We right now are in the new moon solar eclipse in Sag, and I'm sure everybody's feeling it because I get calls on like I'm not sleeping, I feel restless, I feel different, I don't know what's happening. Just part of the process. Then we can prepare for and experience the grand conjunction, okay, of Jupiter. Jupiter moves into Aquarius on December 20th, and Saturn moves into Aquarius on December the 18th. And on the solstice on December 20th and 21st, amazingly, it's called the grand conjunction. Everybody's been talking about it, okay? So I'm going to have another video specifically for that mystical date, and then I'm going to have one for the full moon at the end of the month. Have you ever questioned what this year, 2020, was all about? Did you ever reflect or contemplate and say, what did I learn? Like, who am I right now? Or, you know, all of those kind of things. What were my lessons? What did I needed to do? Could I have prepared? Or all of these kind of things. Anyway, everyone has their own perception, and I'm going to share my knowing as kind of like the big picture of the Aquarian energy right now, what we're moving into. Okay, well, 2020 was and is a game changer year of transformation, evolution, authenticity, transparency, and truth. Life-altering planetary aspects and transits in 2020 not only changed our lives personally, okay, they changed the entire foundation of our global society at large, okay? Basically, what it was the war between dark and light energies, truth versus non-truth. Who do you believe? Big question. My question to you is, how about you believe in you? What a concept, eh? Red flags when someone or something is telling you something, it's just, it's not sitting right with me. With the lockdowns, we're all experiencing a lot of fear, anxiety, sadness, depression, confusion, anger, frustration, instability, deep resentment, repressed rage, disempowerment, and control. However, the pandemic and lockdown have given you, let's say it, an unforgettable experience of going within, connecting, aligning with source, and questioning the insanity and the corruption of the agendas of the government, social systems, issues relating to authority, leadership, and control. Quite fascinating how the true colors of others are being revealed as we've experienced some extreme greed, deception, delusions, illusion, power struggles, etc. With government, politics, financial challenges, healthcare, educational systems, religion, family, friends, and partners that you're living with or working with. An excellent opportunity to see how your skills of intuition and critical thinking, okay? It's the wake-up call. Rather than being programmed or controlled, okay, the Aquarian energy is a horizontal network. So it's like-minded individuals, a lot of common sense, which isn't that common. Very holistic, very practical, very natural, and brilliant technologies. Being there for the benefit of all involved. So anything has to be for the benefit, okay? Not vertical hierarchies of power, control, and elitist illusions of entitlement because of their knowledge. Who cares if you have a PhD? The previous Piscean age that we're out of right now was about codependency. So that was listening, looking up to, believing in, and being programmed, brainwashed, and controlled by politicians, healthcare practitioners, doctors, other people, partners, teachers, professors, religious institutions, family members, spiritual groups, etc. Not logically, critically thinking for yourself, not trusting your inner knowing or using your power of intuition and reasoning. With low self-worth and value or codependency energy, you gave your power away as if the professor, the politician, the doctor, the priest, the lawyer, the scientist, your partner, etc., anyone that wasn't intellectual felt more educated, and you trusted them that they knew. The question, what have they done with their lives? So when somebody's telling you to do something or making you, what have they done? Okay. Is it just intellectual, verbal diarrhea? Who knows? The facts are, you have to do something with your life. You can't just talk it. How has that been working for you? And what do you now know after the experiences we have all been through? So, here's the Aquarian energy. It's about being whole, connecting and aligning with source, divine, cosmic consciousness, and listening to your own intuition and body. Think of the number 8, a whole number, as above, so below, integrating the spiritual world with the physical. We are asked to become more accountable and responsible for our own personal lives and to become self-sufficient, self-reliant, resilient, and independent as we are preparing for when Pluto totally shifts into Aquarius in 2023. we're offered the gift of complete spiritual evolution and freedom. Freedom's a big word. To be the release of the caterpillar into the divine destiny of the butterfly. So, what are we embracing? Freedom, our purpose, self-mastery, being a sovereign being, being a galactic citizen, and the empowerment process which frees us to realize our greatest potential. Wow. Take your power back. You get pushed around enough, controlled as a slave, the taxpayer, screamed at for not wearing a mask, told your money will be taken out of the bank, your savings because the leaders are corrupt and irresponsible, told you have to have a vaccine, told you need to stay at home, told you cannot see your family, neighbors, friends, family and friends spying on you and calling authorities because you have a visitor, having to close your business, told you cannot go to work, told you cannot be in the dining room with your parent, and one day you just snap and the light bulb goes on and you go, just a minute, stop. It's like walking across a bridge, and when you make that stop, you turn around, it's collapsed. No going back. You have finally released, finished, and now are ready to be here now and embrace who you are. I find it fascinating as I listen to different perceptions about the zodiac sign and the Aquarian energy, which is ruled by the planets Uranus, and the ancient planetary ruler is Saturn. So Uranus energy is rebellious, freedom-loving, unique, personal, counterculture, platonic, cerebral, intellectual, futuristic, and technological. It's quite eccentric also. When we consider the age of Aquarius, we have some fundamental energies and association to understand as to how it will affect us personally and collectively. So since Aquarian energy is very future-orientated and freedom-orientated, most individuals demand freedom and democracy. What is happening right now globally? They're not going to put up with it. Absolutely not. Done. Done. Like dinner. Okay? A lot of individuals are questioning their own intimate partnerships as they've had to spend time with each other so there were no distractions. And we've all changed. Divorce courts are full. And in the beginning of the lockdown, apparently, I was reading, lawyers in New York were getting calls in the middle of the night saying, "Get me out of this." However, some couples are beholden and are not in a financial position to separate. Everyone needs a copy of Game Changer, the new model of relationship. It's about the Aquarian energy and how there is going to be a shift in how relationships are done, how we process them, how we get together, how we stay together. The world of politics and our political systems are antiquated, and as we're transforming and evolving with the spiritual ascension, we're required to take responsibility for ourselves individually. As taxpayers, it is expected as a galactic citizen of your country, you become a responsible voter. The Piscean age was dominated by a codependency, so it was like power, hierarchy, delusion, corruption, deception, lies, enabling, and addiction, as Neptune doesn't like the hard facts. That's too hard. Let's just be soft about it. Okay, where Pluto is like, that's the underworld. What's going on? Okay, we need to see the truth. The famed Dark Ages in Western civilization occurred because the ruling oppressive systems wanted to suppress all knowledge and keep their adherents controlled and in literal darkness. As we are all energy being and exist within consciousness, we're evolving and transforming our consciousness so we're more aware, mindful, intuitive, and knowing. And we're moving from third dimensional to the fifth and seventh dimensional frequencies. We're experiencing the energies and the shifts of the Aquarius age. Interesting that the ascension process on planet Earth, and it is tied and dependent upon an awakening process that cannot occur without your people's understanding of their politics. Why? Because the corruption, the lies, the manipulation, the total mind control, and all the darkness attached to it. You wouldn't have seen it. It had to blast you, okay? So we are experiencing it all now. Absolutely, divinely set up. With the vertical hierarchies, it was essential to find your place in the pecking order. The hierarchical system gave anyone with higher education the sense that they were more important than the average worker or tradesperson, and caused a shift in society in terms of self-esteem and power over. The politicians considered themselves smarter than the average taxpayers, not realizing that taxpayers pay their wage. Okay, elitists with a degree, not necessarily a lot of common sense, and they lived off the backs of the taxpayers, much like the priests. Now it's all changing from a hierarchical shape into horizontal networks that are more humanitarian and like-minded. During the Piscean age, it was for you to be. You needed to find someone to be with or something to believe in. That was the codependency cycle of life. Like a host and a parasite, an energy source and an energy vampire. When you found that thing, you attached yourself to that thing. Now that thing could be a religion, a political ideology, a charismatic leader, your boss, your teacher, a professor, a partner, work, etc. Drugs, sex, food. And we're guided how to live, and in many cases, beholden to them. Regarding religion, you paid to have a place in heaven, and your weekly church donations and donations for prayers. The keys to life were hidden in secret in the halls of the power, in the monasteries and the ashrams, and you were not to be questioned, only to believe and follow. Leaders, and guides who did. Pisces stands for faith, belief, sacrifice, and religion. It is awesome times, the times of great potential growth and expansion, but it's also a time of great potential pain and suffering, because we're changing, we're birthing, okay? And birthing is not a pretty sight. The more that you understand what's happening, the more that you can go through the changes with more understanding, patience, and compassion for self. Yes, all kinds of things are the star alliances, the galactic ships, the Palladians, the star people, everybody's here and hovering. Yes, and they're giving messages. They're not going to come and save you. You need to wake up, and just as you learn to walk, you are now needing to learn the new energetic way of living. Amazingly simple. Balance left and right brain, masculine and feminine energies, head, heart, and hair, and become whole, self-sufficient, and live on purpose. Find meaning in life and share your gifts with humanity. It's interesting. Life is all about choices and decisions. As you are not a victim. That was the old energy. Are you honoring your feelings rather than numbing and ignoring? Do you follow the herd, or do you listen to self? The external tells us everything. You are now observing, witnessing, and not reacting, responding to your truth and being sovereign. The question, am I leading, creating, and allowing, or am I letting the external events and others dictate my reality? No one is saving you, and we're fighting for our lives, our freedom and democracy, because from my perspective, we were asleep, never used our common sense, logic, and reasoning. We're all about feelings and unconditional love. Got comfortable, we're indifferent, overweight, unhealthy, financially irresponsible, selfish, needed personal desires fulfilled, unable to be disciplined, hungry eyes, as long as my needs were met. Entitlement. I observe, etc. Rather than knowing how to garden and cook and get back to the land, I choose to be taken care of, etc. as I'm sure you have more too. The shift has brought out the best and the worst in mankind. Saturn is the ancient secondary ruler of Aquarius. So Uranus is the first, Saturn is the secondary, and is called the Lord of Time, Karma, and the Teacher. Structural changes in ourselves, our goals and plans accomplished and realized. So it's about simplicity, time, hard work, discipline, very pragmatic and very realistic. The Aquarian energy, which is ruled by Uranus, is very interesting to say the least, sometimes very understood. So now we talk about the Aquarian. Okay, which is Uranus. We look at it as lightning, it strikes fast. It's the awakener, it's truth, it's a light bulb experience, the liberator, the cosmic intelligence, the universal spark, the cosmic spark of the divine, the universal brilliance, eccentric, impersonal, humanitarian, authentic, transparent, quirky, intellectual, futuristic, and technical. That's it. So many blessings and much love. A great time to have a private session or reading. Thank you for taking your time, and I again appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Game Changer Relationships. The book Game Changer, as I said, is a great gift. Okay, and hopefully if you have read it, I think you probably need to read it again because there's been so many changes. And the first chapter is all about self-discovery. There's 8 areas of interactive exercises. And always remember, our first relationship is with ourselves, to know thyself and to the known self be true. And then understand as we evolve and mature, we have to understand things change. We need to take the time to reflect on who we are and what our needs are in the now moment. Change is inevitable. And as I said before, once a month I draw a name. And I'm really excited because I was interviewed by a very, very, I don't know, what can I say, famous soul from New York. He had been watching the YouTube channel and connected, and he interviewed me this morning. It's like we have been kindred spirits at another place, okay? And so I'm going to be working with him. He ended up buying Game Changer and read it in a few days and ordered a bunch of copy for his group and his tribe. And then I'm going to be interviewing him. He's going to send me the interview that we did, but he wants to wait till Christmas because it's quite the interview. He's a brilliant man, very authentic, very real, and very gifted. And I don't know if he's going to leave it on there, but he did a reading for me, and it was just like, wow, like in about 10 minutes. It was unreal. So I want to thank you, and I will be with you before Christmas. And be gentle with yourself. Okay? Much love, many blessings.